Hey, everybody. How are y'all doing? Thank you. Thank you. Gonna wait for folks to hop in. I am excited about today's live. I got so excited. I think I did too many things, but we are here on our usual. Nope, it's Thursday. It's not our usual Wednesday. Yesterday was a big day, so we moved it to today. But I am gonna jump in. Oh, here are a few of you guys, and I think Chelsea's gonna be here soon. Not here with me, but in comments. But Alana is here with me because of two very good reasons. First of all, she's our pizza lady, and we're going to be using our pizza oven today, our hearth oven, which I'm very excited about. And also, she worked with the folks over at Sugarfield Spirits, Andrew, and they came up with a gin that I'm going to use today in a cocktail to go along with my little snack, my flatbread. And I'll just show you this real quick. Look at our logo. Can you see it? Here, let's do this. There it is. So Alana worked with Andrew to put together a specific set of spices and botanicals to go in and make the gin. Now, obviously, juniper berry is there because that's how we make gin. But what ended up happening because of the things that Alana helped him with the gin is we ended up with a very smooth gin that's so tasty. Okay, let me tell you what I've been doing because the flatbread's going to go in our hearth oven and then I'm going to shake the cocktail. So, what I did before you got here, I'm making a very simple flatbread, essentially a white pizza. And what I did before we hopped on was I took boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and this is our most recent recipe. If you go to our recipe blog, it's the most recent recipe. And then the second recipe is the cocktail. So if you go to that recipe, it has a few components. And the first thing I did was I took chicken thighs. And this is something we do in our pizza party class that we have right in this room with Alana. And this is a blonde pizza that we make, and it's absolutely delicious. So there's Chelsea. I took boneless, skinless thighs and I hit them with our rosemary chicken blend. Honestly, you could do just about any blend. Rosemary chicken blend in a skillet with some rosemary oil. It doesn't get much easier than that. So those are cooked. Hey guys, those are cooked. Little kids looking at me through the window. Cooked, cooled, cut, ready to top our pizza. The other thing I did was caramelized onions. And you can find our caramelized onions. There's a green bean recipe, Chelsea, that has a caramelized onion component. But these are basically gold, worth gold in the kitchen. So much flavor. It was about 45 minutes to get this onion to this point, but now they're sweet and really umami, and they're going to be delicious on the pizza. The third thing I did was start this white garlicky sauce. So what I've done is made a blonde roux. So we have butter in the pan, and this sauce is part of the pizza recipe or the flatbread recipe that's on the website that got loaded on today. So a blonde roux, so 3 tablespoons butter, 3 tablespoons flour. We also grated 4 garlic cloves in here. We made our blonde roux. We added milk, and then it thickens up, and then you add cheese. So I'm going to go in with parm. And this sauce has sat here just for a second, and it's just a little bit thick for me. And the way you fix that, really, really simple, is just a little additional milk. But I'm going to shut off my heat now. Um, and my cheese is going to melt. It's in that one. Lily and I found it earlier. And I'm just going to add a little bit of milk to loosen it up just a little bit. But that's my sauce for my pizza. What else would you do with this? Obviously, some hot pasta in there. Ooh, yeah, to make a mac and cheese for sure. All right, that's perfect now. And it did something else. It helped cool this sauce down a little bit. So I've got this sauce looking glorious. And what it needs now is salt, white pepper, and nutmeg. So almost every white sauce that I make gets a few scrapes of nutmeg. So there's our white pepper. I'm going to get Alana to grab me a microplane so I can grate this in, but let me go in with my salt because I want to taste this in a second. So that's looking fantastic. I need a microplane for my nutmeg, and we're going to do a few scrapes of nutmeg. So chowders, anything with the blonde roux, anything with the bechamel, your mac and cheese, your Alfredo, all of those white creamy sauces, a few scrapes of nutmeg. You definitely don't want to overpower it with nutmeg, but it just adds something there, a layer there to help cut that richness. Okay, that's looking gorgeous. And I do want to taste it because I want to make sure we're good to go and off to the races. I'll show you guys. How hot is that? For our flatbread. Okay, here I am. All right, I want to make sure you guys can see our hearth oven because we are pretty excited about it. And we use it obviously for our pizza class, but we fire it up lots of classes to get a little appetizer going, or one of our dishes we'll do in the hearth oven. It is 1,000 degrees right now, and it will cook a pizza in 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Yeah. So we're using pre-cooked flatbread. And so it's really going to cook quickly. And Alana is going to use a tool that we sell here called a pizza screen. And what it does is it just gives a tiny bit, it's not even lift, it's just a buffer, it's just a layer between the crust and the oven. And it helps with burning. So every once in a while, once a pizza starts cooking, a lot of times we'll move it onto a screen. But definitely with pre-cooked flatbread, you want to make sure that goes on a pizza screen. And we have those on the website and in the store. Super inexpensive and an indispensable tool if you're a pizza maker. Come on now. That's delicious. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my ladle and start topping my pizza. And Alana's going to throw this in for me. You'll be able to see her working in the background while I make the cocktail. So I've got sauce. Move that around, and I'm going to do chicken, and then I'm going to do some spinach. Let me do my caramelized onion first. All right, caramelized onion down. This is just like so much flavor, so much texture, super satisfying. Definitely a nice little cocktail hour munch, but this would also easily be my breakfast or dinner. Look at those. Those are gorgeous. Okay, now chicken on there, just a couple of chicken thighs. You could meal prep those on Sunday, which I do a lot. Great for these flatbreads, would be fantastic for salads as well. So, and those instructions are on the flatbread recipe, just a really basic sear in a very hot skillet. I have fresh spinach. So let's get a little bit of that. Mushrooms would be amazing. Shiitakes, hello. So good. Okay. And then I'm going to reach over and grab my mozzarella and get that on there. How am I doing, Alana? I'm doing a great job. All right. And this goes into our 1,000-degree oven. And oh, and I'm on our pizza peel that we love so much. It's a great tool. It's a great working tool, but it's also really nice for serving. A little bit more cheese. Okay. So now Alana's going to go into our pizza oven. There she is. She's got that screen right there. And it's all in the wrist, you guys. She's got that going in, and that's just going to be a few minutes. Let me clear up my mess, and then we are going to move on to the cocktail. So Sugarfield Spirits came and met with us, and we're interested in using lots of different flavors, but also really leaning on Alana for her brain for flavors to come up with things that would really set this gin apart. So I did this cocktail for Instagram. So if you go to our IGTV, all of those videos are tea videos. So I do really straightforward, just education around tea. I'll do cocktails. I'll just steep cups of tea. But if you are tea curious, which I hope you are, head to our Instagram and watch those videos. I'm having a lot of fun producing those videos. So when he brought this gin and I tasted it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so smooth and so wonderful. Let me get out of the food zone and move over to cocktails. So I've got my shaker with ice. Y'all, I'm not a mixologist. This is like super, super simple. And I tend to make sweet cocktails. So just know that. But what's cool about this cocktail is that it can evolve as the seasons change. Right now, I'm leaning on my Meyer lemons from my yard. You could definitely bring cucumber into this as we move into the summer. It would be lovely to muddle the cucumber in the shaker and then strain it off and then serve it with a wheel of cucumber. Because here's what's happening in this cocktail. We've got lemon, we've got mint, and lemon and mint and cucumber all want to go on a date together. Like all those flavors like each other. So what I've done is I've steeped our Marrakesh Mint Green Tea. This is a green tea called gunpowder, which I've talked about on IGTV, and it has mint in it. So you've got a minty green tea that we're going to commingle with the gin, lemon, and some sweetness. Okay, so I'm going to go in with 2 ounces of my Marrakesh Mint green tea. Can you guys see what's happening? Oh, sure. Tea. I've got my lemon juice, my Meyer lemon juice, the gin. That was simple syrup. This is gin. Simple syrup and gin. Y'all, that's a simple cocktail. So I know you can take this and just go all sorts of places with it. But first of all, I love the taste of this cocktail, but it is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to shake this cocktail, and I think I might time it pretty well and have myself a piece of flatbread with my cocktail. But I'm going to shake this now. Okay. And so I'm going to strain this off into my glass. Oh, look at that. Look at this cocktail. It is crazy beautiful. It is so refreshing. I just, I was so tickled with myself when I did this for Instagram. I was so proud of myself. Chelsea can tell you. She gets to edit all my videos. But I had so much fun with this one, and I thought I did a really good job. So let's review. We're talking about Sugarfield Spirits here in Baton Rouge. They have a tasting room. They have vodka. They have whiskey, and they're coming out with a line of, is it spiced rum, Alana? Spiced rum, and a line of spirits that will be using some of our teas. So we are so excited to work with them. They're so much fun to talk to. Please go to their tasting room, have a cocktail, buy some bottles, and tell them that I made this cocktail and they should invite me over to be. Can I bartend one day there, Alana? Right? Probably not. They probably won't let me do that. But we are just so excited to work with them. So you definitely should get to know them. Okay, here we go. I've got flatbread. I've got a cocktail. Let me cut this flatbread and take a bite. How hot is it? Oh, how badly am I going to burn the roof of my mouth? This also is one of our favorite things when we get the bubbles on our pizza dough, on our crust. When we make pizza, we're like, yeah, that's the good stuff. Okay, let's see how I did. Smells amazing. They look gorgeous. And we'd love to have you here in the kitchen with us for one of Alana's pizza classes. She just did one last week. You just need a group of 8 folks who are already spending time together, and you'll come in and you'll make a buffet of pizza, and your noggin is going to be so full of knowledge about pizza and dough and proofing and all those words that Alana uses. But we'd love to have you in the kitchen to come make pizza with us. Let's see how I did. Come on, stop it. 100% burned the roof of my mouth and worth it. Oh gosh, it's so good. The sauce with the chicken, oh, and the caramelized onions, it's just perfect. Let's see how I do with my cocktail. Mm. Cheers, you guys. So good. This was so much fun. Go meet Sugarfield Spirits. Visit us online. Come in the shop. Book a cooking class. We'd love to have you. And I'll see you next week. This is always fun. Love you guys. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.